If I told you right now that your biggest enemy in life is your own comfort, would you believe me? No, right? Because we all think our enemy is something else. Circumstances, fate, people who try to pull us down. But here's the truth. The people who underestimate you, who treat you like you're small, they never destroyed you. You destroyed yourself. With small everyday compromises. With small everyday it's fine moments. And this is here to break that cycle, because 2026 is here. And this is not the year you get to say, I'll get serious next year and walk away with it. This year is going to force you to decide, are you the driver of your own life or just a passenger living inside everyone else's decisions? So buckle up, because the next few minutes are about to shake your thinking. Let's talk about a truth nobody says out loud. That feeling when you're sitting in a room and you feel like you're not even there. People are talking, laughing, and you're just sitting there like a shadow. What is this feeling? This feeling is being ignored. And it hurts the most because it's a hidden pain. Nobody asks, are you okay? Because on the surface you're smiling. But inside a voice keeps running that says, maybe I'm just not that important. This voice is loudest at night, when the phone goes silent, when no message comes in, when you look at everything you've achieved and think, I did so much and still nobody seems to care. Stop. Wait a second. Have you ever considered that this feeling of being average isn't actually who you are? It's just a habit, a pattern you repeated and repeated until your brain turned it into your identity. But identity can change. And the strongest proof of that is a real story. Say the name Priyanka Chopra and what comes to mind? Glamour, Hollywood, global icon. But that's not where it started. She grew up moving between a small town and a new country, where as a teenager abroad, she faced racism and rejection and people who made her feel like she didn't belong. She came back to India, and the struggle continued there too. Her career began through beauty pageants, where critics commented on everything about her, from her body to her acting. Even after establishing herself in Bollywood, she did something nobody expected. She left her comfort zone and started from zero in Hollywood. Think about that. In an industry where she was already a superstar, she chose to walk into a place where nobody knew who she was. Interviews, castings, rejections, all over again. For years, people reduced her to the girl from India, pushing her achievements to the side. But she didn't wait for anyone's approval to prove her worth. She worked, quietly, consistently, and over time the world noticed on its own. This is the secret nobody tells you. High-value people don't create noise. High-value people create results, and then the results create the noise on their own. Now here's where most people get it wrong. People think confidence is a feeling, that one day they'll wake up, feel confident, and then take action. This is the biggest lie that can hold you back for the rest of your life. Confidence is not a feeling. Confidence is a byproduct. A byproduct of what? Of the small promises you make to yourself and actually keep. Every time you break a promise you made to yourself, your subconscious mind quietly makes a note. This person doesn't keep their word. And then how are you supposed to trust yourself? Confidence is the shadow of self-trust. And self-trust is built through discipline, not through a motivational quote. But there's a catch. Discipline alone isn't enough, because discipline without direction is just exhaustion. So let me give you 3 pillars. Together they build the foundation on which unshakable confidence stands. Listen closely, because these 3 things could decide the next 5 years of your life. Pillar 1. Moving in silence. This is the most misunderstood concept out there. People think moving in silence means don't tell anyone anything. Stay secretive. No. The real meaning is something else. Moving in silence means you stop spending your energy chasing validation. The moment you start working on a goal and immediately announce it to everyone, your brain plays a trick on you. It feels like the work is already done because it already received its social reward, appreciation. The result? Your motivation starts dropping. That's why high-value people don't discuss their plans. They only show their work. Once it's finished, your silence is your power. Every time you feel the urge to impress someone, stop. Put that energy into your work instead. Because people who talk for approval hand their power over to others, and people who stay quiet and work keep their power entirely to themselves. Pillar 2. Owning your energy. This might sound spiritual, but it's completely practical. Every room you walk into, you bring an energy with you. Whether you realize it or not, people who don't own their energy end up absorbing everyone else's. Someone throws a dig, your whole day is ruined. Someone ignores you, your mood drops. Someone criticizes you, your sense of your own worth collapses. What is this? This is handing your power over to someone else. The rule of a high-value person is simple. My energy is under my control only. No person, no comment can change my inner weather unless I give them permission. Think for a second. When someone underestimates you, did you react or did you respond? Reacting is weakness. Responding, or sometimes choosing not to react at all, that's high-value energy. Your calm, your silence, that is the biggest statement you can make to anyone. Because when you don't react, people get confused. And confusion is the first doorway to respect. Pillar 3. Resilience as identity. This pillar runs the deepest, so listen carefully. Most people think of resilience as a moment. Like I fell, then I got back up, just once. But real resilience isn't a moment, it's an identity. A high-value person defines themselves as someone who gets back up every time. Every single time, without the drama. Priyanka Chopra's career had plenty of moments where she could have easily stopped. When rejection came, when criticism came, when people said she didn't fit, but her identity was resilient, not a victim. That's the difference. When something bad happens, what do you tell yourself? Bad things always happen to me, or this is just one chapter, I'll get through it. These 2 sentences create 2 completely different lives. Make resilience your identity. Then every setback becomes just a data point. The end of your story. Now listen, these 3 pillars, silence, owning your energy, and resilience as identity, this isn't optional advice. This has become a necessity in 2026. Why? Because the world is faster, louder, and more distracted than ever before. Attention spans are shrinking. Comparison culture is growing on social media every single second. If you don't control your own energy, the world will control it for you. And the world never controls it in your favor. If you don't change your small daily habits starting right now, this very moment, then a year from now, you'll be the same person you are today. Just 1 year more exhausted, 1 year more frustrated. Most people ignore this warning. They think, I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. Only today exists, repeating itself over and over. If you don't decide today, your subconscious has already decided for you that you're going to stay average. And staying average is the biggest risk of 2026. Because when the world is changing this fast, staying the same actually means falling behind. So consider this your wake-up call. Now close your eyes for a second. No, seriously, imagine this for a moment. That version of you, 6 months from now, who controlled their energy every single day, who worked quietly, who treated every setback as just one chapter, not the whole story. How does that version walk? What's in their eyes? Calm, certainty, a presence that changes the mood of a room without saying a word. That version already exists inside you. It just takes small daily decisions to bring it out. You don't need some big miracle. You don't need an overnight transformation. You need just one thing. 1% better. Every percent seems so small that the mind underestimates it. But 1% every day, over months, you become unrecognizable. This is the 1% daily rule. It's not hype, it's math. Small consistency over time becomes an unstoppable force. Now look, when this video ends, there will be two paths. Path 1. You close this video, feel a little inspired, and then go right back to the life you left off from. Path 2. You turn this moment into your turning point. The person who decides quietly today, who refuses to hand their energy to anyone else, who makes resilience their identity. That's the person who's going to stand in front of the world tomorrow without asking for proof, without asking for permission, because their presence will be the proof. So from here, start walking. Silently, no announcement, no big speech. Just a quiet decision, one only you need to know about, because the real winners don't make noise, they just keep walking. And one day, the world stops and looks at them on its own. Your energy is yours. Your story is yours. And your next chapter is being written right now, this very second. So write it in a way that when people look back, they see just one thing. Someone who stayed quiet and became unstoppable. If this video shook something inside you, do one thing, like this video, so it reaches the people who need to hear this exact message right now. To start to the channel, because this journey has only just begun. And in the comments write just 3 words, I am unstoppable. Because the ones who write it down are the ones who live it out. Let's go quietly, starting today.